Good day, collective. It's your girl, Sadie Rose, coming to you with today's word. Y'all, recognizing stuff about yourself is kind of challenging. One thing I've come to understand about me, and it took me a while to get to this place, is that I tend to overthink. It's because I'm an attorney, but I'm a strategic thinker. But I get caught up in the what ifs and, well, you know, it might not go the way that I want. And I do struggle with perfectionism because I like doing things well. And I've grown to understand that I have a problem with fear and failure. And, sometimes we just gotta move forward to take action. And so, if you are like this, if there's something happening right now in your life that you're hesitating, that you are literally standing in your way to achieve a dream, what you want for your life, whether it's a husband or children or a different job or you want to move, this message is for you. Today's word is: some things don't need your thoughts. They just need your action. All praise to the Most High God. Love to the Mother. We've got to get out of our own way, y'all. And the biggest or the best way to do that is realizing that even taking the smallest action will break the cycle of hesitation. It will kind of jolt you out of a stagnation. Y'all, I've been in a cycle until recently of stagnation, I would say for at least 4 to 5 years, where I kind of got to a point in my life and I was like, well, what do I want to do? Because I knew I wanted to run for office. I thought I want to be a CEO, and just things have just morphed in my life, and I got to a place where I just got confused because I didn't have a clear trajectory of what I wanted, and now I know what I want. So the first thing that needed to happen is I had to know what I wanted to do. That's why I was stagnant. I didn't have any clear vision. I didn't take the time to really reflect and ask myself, what makes me happy? What makes me excited? What do I see from my life? And I had to take time. I actually had to get slapped around for me to take the time to figure it out. And I had to pray on it with God. So one of the first things you got to do is you got to figure out, what do you want? How do you want to be? Where do you want to live? What do you want in your life? What do you want to move toward? And that will help you move forward. But then you have to take aligned action toward achieving that, to build momentum. You got to trust your intuition in the process. That's the second thing. You have to trust the guidance that you're getting on a daily basis. And you have to not be your own enemy on this progress of whatever that you're thinking about, you want to move toward. And thinking, okay, well, I'm not moving fast enough. You need to understand that when you are finally gaining momentum to break through a self-imposed barrier that a lot of us put into place when things are risky or they're not familiar, or we doubt our ability, or it's and we have other people possibly in our ears saying, well, you're you can't do that, or you need to be happy with what you have. We have to really have to give ourselves grace. We have to not feel rushed, because that's when we start making mistakes, right? Slow down to do right. That was a previous word. And we have to be content to focus on the small wins that we have. And then we have to celebrate about it, y'all. I realize as of today, in reflection and meditation, I'm terrible at celebrating. I've done some fantastic things, y'all. Not to toot my horn, but I really have, personally and professionally. And I suck at celebrating those things. How can anyone else recognize and appreciate me when I haven't been doing that for myself? And so we have to celebrate those small wins, okay? So I'm going to give you an example of small things. Like, I want to buy, I want a compound. I want a family compound. I also know that I want to do real estate investing, and I want to also be a broker. And so one of the things that I challenged myself to give myself confidence to move forward to doing those things is I started going to open houses of mansions. And properties that I wanted to go to. It's small, but it gave me the confidence and the excitement to take the next steps. Another thing too is I'm ready to be a millionaire and billionaire. I'm ready to get this money. And so what I started doing is I started watching different YouTube videos of really good influencers who are making people money about how to invest. I've never known how to really invest. And so now I'm getting traction. I'm making money. I'm getting excited. I'm ready to first I'm just doing basic trading, but then now I'm learning about options, y'all. And so I'm leaning in. I'm taking steps every day, and I'm not getting frustrated when I have setbacks, which goes to the next thing. You got to let go of perfection. Like, for example, when I'm trading and I take an L for a day, then, I have, it doesn't necessarily mean I pull everything out of that stock. Sometimes you just have to give it another day, give it a week to let it build back up. But don't give up. Don't just stop doing it. Pull back, realize what you could have done differently, and then try a different option moving forward. And if there is a skills deficit, if there is something that I don't know, I'm going to try now. If I can't see it or learn it on my own, I'm going to start trying to be around people who are doing what I want to do. And that is honestly, y'all, the newest thing for me. I'm like, I need to connect with the people who are doing what I want to do. So if I'm going to take my time, which is a resource, I'm going to take my time to be around people and that are doing what I want. And I encourage you to do the same, to act. That is something that you can do to build your momentum, to achieve whatever it is that you want in your life that's going to bring you peace, that's going to bring you joy, that's going to make you excited, that's going to make you fulfilled. I hope that this message is helpful for you. I hope that it's relevant. And if you are at a point in time where you feel like you've been stuck doing something, maybe you're at a job, maybe, you haven't gotten married yet, or you just want to be in a positive relationship, maybe you want more friends, maybe you want children, stop making excuses, if this is relevant to you, about why those things can't happen, and start figuring out what you want. And even though you don't know, y'all, and this is one of the things that I've struggled with too, even though you don't know how it's going to happen, trust that God has a design for it. And you got to flow with the design. You got to flow with the momentum. And that means the pullback too, when you have your minor setbacks. But you got to flow with it. You got to trust the process. You got to surrender to it. And even if you get to a point and you realize that you aren't actually getting to what you want, but by then you've become someone different, you've become the version of you that God always wanted you to be, and you decide to pivot to achieve something else that you realized you needed and wanted in the course of that process, that's okay too. That's good. That's growth, y'all. All right. Any existing subscribers, thank you. Thank you for tuning in, especially if you made it at this point. Any new followers, please like, share, subscribe, share. All right, y'all. Love you. Peace.